Yes, people, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the channel, man. Make sure you lot are smashing up the lights as always, people. Make sure that you are leaving your comments in here as always. Let me know what you thought about the game, because Chelsea right now, we are on a kill streak. Yeah? You know, on COD, back in the day, three kills in a row will be UAV. And then the fifth one will be the Harrier strike, I think, off the top of my head. Yeah? Right now, our kill streak is on 5 right now. Yeah? And we've scored 17 goals in our last 5 games, people. Yeah? Our B team is now starting to understand what is expected from Maresca, just like the first team, right? Because when our B team was playing at the beginning of the Conference League, it was a mess. If you guys remember Servette, the second leg, I know that pitch was basically Hackney Marshes and that, but the performance overall wasn't good enough, you know? Dewsbury-Hall today, listen, I hope it is now the beginning of Dewsbury-Hall actually starting to pick up his performances, because listen, he's had a lot of pressure. He's had a lot of pressure on his back. A lot of people trying to cook him and fry him because they miss Gallagher. You know, this guy's no better than Gallagher, you know? And listen, coming from a team like Leicester to then come to a big club like Chelsea where you're basically a squad player, he didn't even make the squad the other day at the weekend. It takes some adjusting, people. Yeah? You're playing with better players. You're playing in that pressure of playing in Europe. That's not something that I don't think he did that at Leicester. Yeah, I don't think he was old enough when Leicester were playing in the Champions League, to be honest with you. Right? Because that was after they won the league. So I don't think he was part of that squad. Right? But today, definitely man of the match performance for me today. Yeah? From the first half, everywhere playing in that pivot. And for me today, to be fair to him, like, he actually looked better drifting in from the right. Yeah? When I watched Maresca last season at Leicester, I saw him mainly taking those areas on the left-hand side, but it seems like him and Mudryk still haven't got that connection. But when he was playing in that pivot today with Cassidy, I thought he was quite good. You know, taking the ball, driving with it, yeah? Making those off-the-ball runs for the likes of Neto to connect with Neto, just giving it back to him, right? For the first goal that we scored, he actually picked up the ball, gave it to Mudryk. Mudryk put a nice cross in, and Veiga, very smart finish for him to just put it across goal, right? And what I really liked today was in the first half, off the ball, the team were just aggressive. As soon as we was losing the ball high, trying to win it back within 5 seconds. And that's something that I spoke about with Maresca last season. I said, with Leicester, when I'm watching them lose the ball, I'm seeing them literally getting the ball back within 5 seconds. Yeah? And that to me goes to show that these lot are now understanding the positioning. These lot are now understanding what is expected from them in terms of the structure. You know, they're understanding when to press, they're understanding when to sit back, right? It wasn't a flawless performance defensively. I thought we controlled a lot of the game in the first half. You know, the first 30 minutes, we were just playing it from the back, was keeping the ball quite well. Veiga and Mudryk were linking up quite nicely on the left-hand side, and I like that relationship between Veiga and Mudryk. It seems to have improved Mudryk, you know, every single time I've seen him playing with Veiga, you know. And people like to cook Mudryk. Today, he wasn't as good as the last game, but in the first half, he was one of our better players. Him, Dewsbury-Hall, Veiga, I'll probably say Felix in the first half. He tailed off in the second half, but he was good. Very direct, trying to get some crosses in again. You know, the first few minutes, he was a bit sloppy, but he kind of grew into the game. In the second half, we didn't really see much of him, you know, but I thought he was pretty direct today, you know. And what I really liked today is that we weren't really trying to play it through the midfield like what we saw in the last Conference League game against, who did we play last time? I can't remember now. You see what I'm saying? These teams, yeah, I don't know. We shouldn't be in this competition. I'm forgetting the teams that we were playing, yeah? But today we used our wingers a lot. We used Neto a lot. He was getting on the ball, trying to whip it in quite a few times. You saw that confidence in the second half. As soon as we scored, straight into the second half, he just bangs it in. Fantastic pass from Disasi, by the way. Brilliant pass from Disasi, yeah? For him to get onto the end of that. And straight away, after that, you're seeing him trying little flicks. You're seeing him getting a little bit more confidence. He's smiling at the crowd. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the quality that we have, yeah? Because off the bench, we're bringing on the likes of Tyreek George. Do you know what I'm saying? We're bringing on Gill, Jackson and that Palmer and that. These lot are just sitting behind the bench, just sitting there, just watching, relaxing. You get it? But I like the fact that they were all there supporting. That's what Maresca said. He said, if you're not playing, I still expect to see you there. Yeah, supporting. Not at home playing pro clubs. You can play your pro clubs after. You get it? Yeah? So I was happy with us in that first half, like I said, in possession. There was a little bit of a madness that Badiashile did when he kicked the ball off the pitch. The last, I would probably say last 10, 15 minutes of the first half, we took our foot off the gas a little bit and we kind of let Gent come into it, because they weren't the worst team. Like, we've played worse than that, to be fair, but obviously our quality prevailed. That was the main thing, right? Because the structure right now is allowing the team to play as a team. And like I said, the more they're playing together, the second team especially, they're learning how to, how to connect and how to build that cohesion. And that's what you want, because when they're called upon at the weekend, they need to understand what is expected from them. Yeah. Because when you look at Pep and Man City, it doesn't matter who comes out of that team, whoever comes in knows the role that is expected from them, right? Because it comes from the top. It's the structure. Yeah. I'm watching United today. They've had Ten Hag now for 3 years, and it's a shit show. Their new players are looking meaty. And like I was saying last season, our players are not as bad as what we're seeing. United, I don't rate all their players, but they're not as bad as what I'm seeing, right? And that's because of the coach, and that's how and the structure of the team. It's not good enough. But with us right now, I'm actually seeing Maresca, like I've said multiple times now, I'm seeing him starting to build a team. And this needs to carry on, people. Yeah? Because we've got Forest at the weekend, right? This needs to carry on. Nkunku today, I thought he was pretty quiet in the game. That's why, for me, I don't like him as a 9, because when the centre-backs mark him out the game like that, it's very easy to just press up a little bit and just sit off of him, right? Because you just know that he's not going to be a headache like Jackson. He doesn't stretch the pitch like Jackson. He doesn't really link up play like Jackson. Nkunku's good on the ball, but you want him more in central areas, right? And for me, if I'm going to play him on the wing, I'll probably play him on the left as a last resort, yeah? But you want him picking up the ball in between the lines and driving towards Jackson, behind the striker, yeah? But again, like I keep saying, he's the best finisher in the team. Clean finish from him. Very quiet game, but now he's sitting on 7 goals, yeah? I know he scored a hat-trick last week and obviously he scored today, but listen, you can only score what's in front of you, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And right now he's scoring all sorts of goals, headers, flicks, goals from basically outside the box. I think he was outside the box for that goal as well. Did you get it? But for the first goal that we conceded, it was shocking defending. I'm looking at the whole team, they're just ball watching. I don't understand why they all got sucked into the ball there. They're all watching the ball. No one's marking the guy there, and it was a nice finish as well, similar to Veiga, because he made Jorgensen literally not move, yeah, because of how he put it in the corner, and he took it quickly as well, clean on his forehead, right? It was a good goal. And then for the second goal that they scored, again, we just kind of took our foot off the gas. People forgot to do the basics. They cut it back, simple goal, right? So today, overall, the performance for me, it was solid enough for me to actually see that we're improving as a team. It's nice again for Dewsbury-Hall because he's actually got some confidence now. Hopefully, he's now on the bench at the weekend. It's a shame for Carney at the minute because he's not really getting the minutes. But Dewsbury-Hall, no one's going to be complaining about Carney today because he played well. Last game, he didn't really play that well, and then when Carney came on, within a few seconds, he's doing stuff. And that's when people are like, oh my God, why did we buy this Dewsbury-Hall guy? Yeah? He's going to be a good player for us. I've got no doubts about that. But right now, it's just a little bedding in period for him because, again, it's a big club that he's moved to. Not to excuse his performances, again, like I've said, because he understands Maresca's system better than anyone else. But this is a guy that can put up numbers from midfield. We're going to need him because we're going to need goals from everywhere. We can't just be dependent on Jackson, depending on Palmer. If we bring Dewsbury off the bench, I want him to get an assist. I want him to score. Yeah, if we start him in games, I want him to score like today. And that goal from him today was very good because it was a late run, crashing the box like what I've seen him doing at Leicester. Keeper should do better, to be fair, but he snapped at it very quickly. Yeah, that's why it managed to go underneath the keeper like that. He just hit it clean like that. Yeah, and the celebration, he did that because he reads everything on social media. He knows people have been trying to cook him. Yeah, so I'm just hoping that gives him that confidence to push on now because, like I said, I rate Dewsbury-Hall. I liked the signing, but next year. Listen, he's going to have a lot of competition because Santos will be back. He's balling out right now. He can play in that position and in the 6. You've got Paez that's coming into the team. Do you get it? You got obviously Felix today. I thought Felix was quiet in the second half. Veiga, again, I thought he was good. Disasi was good. Badiashile, just average. Our defense didn't really need to do much. Jorgensen didn't really have to do much. Yeah. But I don't know if you guys remember, there was one touch that came to Jorgensen. Yeah. It was a pass from, I think Badiashile played it back to him. And he just touched it down as if it's a centre-back. Yeah, that's why for me, he needs to start our games. I actually honestly believe we'll play a lot better with Jorgensen because he's much better than Sanchez on the ball. Yeah, his distribution is a lot cleaner. It's a lot more assured, right? Doesn't panic as much. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I saw a stat somewhere that he's never never done anything which has led directly to a goal. He's never made a mistake which has directly led to a goal. Sanchez, I've lost count of how many of them. Declan Rice last season, 2 at the weekend. You get it? That guy's just he's a bozo. You never know what Sanchez you're gonna get. Some games he looks good, some games he just looks shit, right? So hopefully Jorgensen just, like I said, carries on doing that and takes his opportunity when it comes, because it will come. It will come, people. Sanchez will do something else again. Yeah? Then Jorgensen can hopefully just step in. Right? But like I said, we've got a big game at the weekend, people. We've got Forest at home. You know, we lost that game last season. If you remember, Caicedo done some fuckery because Gallagher, don't know what he was doing. He got the ball from Silva, let the ball go through his legs. I still remember this goal, yeah? Caicedo done something mad on the ball, goes to Elanga, 1-0. And in that game, we started 2 attackers. Yeah? So where were the goals going to come from? At the weekend, we know they're gonna do low block central, right? So we need to be ready for that. Yeah, we've got the firepower for that. We've got the bench for that. I need to make sure that we're winning that game, bro, because we need to go to the international break knowing that we're sitting on 3 points, because after that, we've got a tough run of games coming up. Yeah, tough run of games, and that's where people are really going to look at Chelsea and say, yo, these guys are serious. Because last season, remember that tough period? People were like, we're finished. We're not going to get through it. And we actually got a few results there. We got some draws. See, we lost some games, but overall, we did better than what people thought, right? And now we've got a better team. We've got a better manager. So we must. But listen, make sure you are looking out for the preview this weekend. I should be putting something out tomorrow. I know a few Forest fans, so I just need to work out who I'm going to shout for the game. Preview that as always, people. There's going to be a lot of content coming over the international break as well, man. I've got a few ideas, got a few people that haven't been on the channel in a second. Get everyone's view on what's going on with the club at the minute, because it seems like there's positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing rival tears again today from the United fans. Yeah, Ten Hag lives to see another day, people. Yeah, when Maguire scored that, I wasn't even angry. I was like, yes. They can't sack him right now. In a bit, people. Love.